like if many people, you struggle with anxiety or depression. More than 20,000 people with mental health problems spent Christmas last year in hospital. Today we're looking into how you can cope if you have an eating disorder. And 2 Newsbeat listeners have been telling us about their experiences.
Hi Newsbeat, I am Anya and I'm 20 years old and I live in Warwick in the Midlands. It's so difficult to choose one. I love Lord. I'm probably going to be typical and just say Royals. Never be Royals. I've had quite a rocky childhood. My dad was sort of in and out of my life, and I think that sort of stuck in my mind a lot, and that my low self-worth and low self-esteem was a big factor of my illness. I skipped a lot of meals, eat just a little bits here and there, but not enough to sustain my body.
Hi Newsbeat, I'm Victoria. I'm 17 and from near Southend in Essex.
Now I'm a warrior.
Demi Lovato, I love her to bits. I like Warrior because it's quite a strong song. When I was younger, my dad died and I started getting depression. I just couldn't cope with it, so I kind of started restricting my intake of food, which eventually turned into anorexia. It sounds really cliche, but it's like constant black clouds over you. You can't enjoy anything. You laugh and you smile, but it's not necessarily real.
I've spent in total 3 Christmases in hospital. For the last 4 years, Christmas hasn't been a very nice time and holds a lot of bad memories. My mum, obviously being a single mum, was living at home on her own. That broke my heart, knowing that my mum was at home on Christmas Day and I couldn't be there with her. Food is a big part of Christmas. Quite rich foods, family gatherings. You're worried that people will think you're eating too much and you're really greedy and this horrible, terrible person for eating. And then you also worry about people noticing you not eating and them sort of trying to make you eat. That was scary because to me, eating any sort of food, even a piece of fruit, was terrifying. People who have low self-esteem and low self-worth put a lot of pressure on themselves that they need to have a perfect Christmas and make it perfect for everyone else, and it never turns out that way.
When people kind of didn't really know what was going on, it'd be, oh, Victoria, you've got to eat more, you've got to eat more. You panic about the amount of food you've got to eat and how in case people push something on you that you're not ready, and it can cause a lot of arguments. People talk about a lot of memories and get photos up as well. And when you're kind of recovering from anorexia or any other eating disorder, looking back at photos from a year ago or just before recovery can be really difficult because it can be really triggering.
Part of me knows that I'm in a better place this year, and I'm determined this Christmas will be better. I'm just taking each day as it comes and trying to talk as much as possible to my mum, to friends, and just have all my loved ones around me.
I'm in a better place than I have been for the last couple of Christmas, or the last few Christmases, but I want to get back the Christmases that I had when I was a child and want to get back the fun of it and the joy of it.
Well, for anyone worried about someone who might be in a similar situation, the mental health charity Mind says talking it over may help. Rachel Boyd works for them.
Just reaching out to someone if you're worried about them can be so important. Asking them how they are, or saying if you've noticed something that's worried you. So much of the focus around Christmas is on eating and drinking, and that can be really stressful if you have issues around food. So maybe having a think about what would be helpful to them. Is it that you can meet them to do something else social, like go and see a film or have a walk outside in the winter weather, rather than meet for drinks or food? And there's lots that you can do to support the people around you.
If you want any more guidance and help, head to the BBC Advice pages online.
Newsbeat, BBC